Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing real-time strategy game Steel Division Normandy 44. It's by the developers of the Wargame series, which it has a lot of similarities with, although it has a couple of improvements that make this game far more accessible than any of the titles in the Wargame series. Game features a solo campaign, no cooperative campaign, where you get 3 campaigns of 4 missions each, instead of taking place on a large map like the later Wargame series did, which I think would be more interesting. I think it'd be really interesting if you had all the battle groups around France, and then you can move them in and then create battles when they met. But no, these are scripted campaigns with time-limited missions that if you don't reach it, you got to start the mission over again. So honestly, the single-player campaign is pretty uninteresting. But thankfully, the skirmish and online modes are very interesting. Which is what I'm going to play. I'm going to play a skirmish against the quite capable AI. First thing you'll want to do is actually make a battle group, which is what I'll do here. I'm going to make an Axis one. So I'm going to give it an arbitrary number. And then you can pick which actual division it's based off of. I'm going to pick... I don't know. Let's pick these guys. I haven't done these before. So we'll do one of these infantry divisions and select it, which basically determines which types of units get preferentially selected. Obviously, since I picked an infantry division, I'm going to have a lot of infantry. So what you do is you go in and you can fill in each of these areas here, which is very, very similar to what Wargame was. The big difference here is the game is played in 3 phases. Each of these phases are lettered A, B, and C. What happens later on is you get more units and more powerful units. And what you really have to do in a lot of the strategy in the game is designing a deck, a battle group, where you appropriately space things out. You don't have too many things available at once because you only have so many points. You get 100 points a minute. So you don't really want to front load A because you could get the same units, more of them later on. As you can see here in Phase A, you get 3 of these scouts, but in B you get 5 for the same cost, 40 each. So it gives you more units you can play with, which is very interesting. So I'm going to pick these guys. They give you little stats over there on the side. I actually do want to pick these. You can actually right-click and put them in there. It's easier than drag and drop, and that's it. So these guys do not get very many scouts, which is unfortunate. But they do get a lot of infantry. So we will do, and they got these cheapos, which I'm not. I mean, I guess I will use them. So we'll do a leader, we'll do a cheapo guy, we'll do a grenadier, we'll do a machine gun, and then we'll do another leader, both of those grenadiers, and then we'll do one of these guys, and we'll do one of those guys, and that'll be my infantry. I'm going to skip to support, because even though it gives you all these slots, you don't usually deal with it. I will do one of those, and then I'll do some trucks because I love artillery, and that's actually all I'm probably going to do for support. Yeah, that's actually probably all I want to do. I love me some artillery, so we'll do some of these guys, and we'll do some of these guys, and we'll do some of these guys, and then we'll do and 3 for C. We'll get our planes. We'll get a scout plane set. We'll get a... That's actually too expensive for A, so I'm not even going to bother with that. But I do like the bombing. We will do 2. So you get 2 of them for the... instead of 1 per slot later on. This is anti-tank, right? Yes. I do love tank busting, and then we'll do kind of big bombs there. Artillery's done. We'll do some anti-air, which is just okay. Actually, don't even need 5. I'd rather do a better quality unit. Do that, and then we'll do that, and then we'll see. Do want some anti-tanks. I love anti-tank guns. They're really useful. 4 should be enough for Phase A, though. Then we'll do a Marauder, and then we'll do some packs here at the end. Support is done. I don't think I've done my tanks yet. I have 7 more left. Let me take a look at what I got. I think I'm pretty good. We'll do some beginning tanks here. But we're mainly going to focus on, I think, the B tanks. We'll get a leader with these guys. The little stars give you experience, which basically makes it so that they perform better. And we'll do that. And I got one more thing I can do. Probably honestly do another support. Let's do a... Shoot. I don't even know. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fine. Okay, save. Alright, there we go. There's my 40. So, that'll be my my battle group there, the 104th. Alright, so let's do a skirmish match. So, I'm going to do the default conquest mode, which I find is very interesting. I'll pick one that I haven't really done before. We're going to do a 3-on-3. I am going to decrease the time limit a little bit to just make a shorter video because you'll be able to see what's going on. I'm going to swap teams though. And I'm going to give me some medium AIs, which will probably kill me, but that's okay. So let me do my 104th, which I just did. And then here we go. Alright, so for the first 10 minutes, I can only call in stuff that is labeled with A. You notice I can't even click on the B stuff. That's the one interesting thing that this adds on top of Wargame. The other major interesting thing is this battle line, the front line here. This is what's used to determine victory in the scenario. So if you control more than half the map, you get a point per second. And then the more and more that you control, you get more points per second. So it really encourages you to keep pushing forward instead of just kind of resting in a defensive position. So I think that's really interesting. And it also kind of gives you an idea of where the enemy is, which is also extremely interesting. So the AI guys have chosen the left and the right, so I will pick center. I will do a couple of scouts. And I will load up on infantry because I love the infantry. I'll do one of these guys. Let's give them a tank. Let's give them... we'll give them one of those in the back. We'll give them a flame. We'll move that up front a little bit, I think. I do want a pack. Notice my points are getting very low. I'm going to have a pack card this road right here. And I'm going to put some Panzer Shreks right in that forest. And I love my artillery, so we'll do our 40, and then that'll be it. That's my points. So, when you begin, what you want to do is you take your units and you want to have them unload at a position by pressing the Y key. And then they will automatically fast travel to that position and then unload there. Scout units are extremely important because most of your units can't actually see things very well. So it's really important to have these guys, put them in the big thing, have scouts in the front in order to figure out what exactly they are going after. The color of the pointer tells you what type of cover there is there. Green is good and yellow is okay, and then blank is nothing. So I'm just kind of putting these things in buildings. Infantry in buildings is great. And the machine gunner, I should put him here. I'm probably getting a little bit too close to the front line, but that's the way it goes. I should probably put these guys like here. So here's more machine guns. So we put that there. And we get our mortars, which will stick right there. And my tank, which I will tell to fast move here. And if you hold down shift, can queue orders for you, so I'll tell him to hunt. Keep an eye out for other people. I'm going to have him go right here. If you hold down C, it gives you a really nifty line of sight tool. So I'm going to tell him to unload right there. And lastly, I get this other infantry, or this is actually the real artillery guy. He's another artillery. Alright, and then once you're ready, launch battle. When you're online, you get basically 2 minutes to do everything. So we'll launch the battle and we'll let it go. You can zoom all the way down here and watch all the little trucks and everything run into each other and try to get to this front line. And as things start moving forward, you'll see that this front line will start to adjust itself based on where the units are. So hopefully my guys will go fairly quickly, and then we will see what type of stuff we encounter. Every minute I get 100 extra points in this phase. I'll get 110 in the next phase and 120 per minute in the final phase. So I'm very front-loaded compared to the other 2 people that are on my team in terms of when points are available. Alright, so it looks like I'm pushing a little bit faster than they are. I'm probably doing bad stuff and tactically speaking, but that's okay. Okay, so they're already there, so you guys get the hell out. Okay, yeah. I like how units will automatically find cover, so that's really nice, and I'm going to have these guys move here. Yeah, and they're all ready. So let's move the grenadiers up. Move the scouts up. And we'll see where we get. Let's kind of let everybody... now, see, this is the one thing I do hate, when the packs will automatically find cover, which makes no sense to me because they need to be in the middle of the road to see stuff to shoot it. So I don't really understand that. So you guys down here. We're getting some shooting. Alright, so those guys, again, I like how they automatically get into cover. That's really nice. Actually, alright. Actually, what should have been more aggressive in terms of doing stuff. And he's out of range. Alright, well, my tanks and my pack guns are trying to... took that guy out, so that was good. Now, I get to decide what I want to do. Now, a lot of these guys are going down here, so I'm going to do an anti-tank pack gun on this road. Right there. And I will also bring in a tank or 2. And I will bring some infantry over as well. Kind of over here. Because it looks like they're trying to break through this area here, so I will protect that. These guys I'm going to kind of have sit tight. You can have units hunt, and they will move forward until they encounter somebody. I'm going to pull these guys up. So it looks like they can advance a little bit. I'm going to use my artillery just out of range. Well, actually, they're pretty far out of range. That artillery is kind of terrible. Yeah, this is... Let me... Alright, so my next unit should be coming up from the side of the map. Yeah, these guys are definitely coming in from over here. Need some better... some longer range artillery, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to have these guys go right here. This junction. I'm going to have you get out right there. Get out. Go. Attack that thing. Get him. Get him. Yeah! The little red bar above their icon is a suppression indicator. When it fills, they get pinned down and then they can retreat. So... This guy is annoying. What is that? Yeah. But I have 2 tanks. Alright, Over on this side, kind of holding the fort down. These guys are all out of range. It's going to be so slow to move those guys up. So I'm going to move those guys up there. And pull some more infantry up here. I have like tons of points early on. There we go. So he's coming back. Bring a tank up this way. Need to put some infantry over here. I do have this scout plane. When you have off-map units like airplanes and stuff, you can click on them and then right-click and they'll fly around. So we'll take a look at what's going on over there. There you go. Take some artillery down. There's something in there. Where's my scout plane? What's in there? Yeah, there he is. Found him. That's why scouting is so important. Alright, so I got 3 minutes for this thing. Okay, that was good. Okay, let's take that out. I love artillery. Yeah, that guy's falling back. This is annoying. Alright. We are winning, or actually we're losing. We were winning. Alright, stop firing. Alright, let's see what I want to do here. I really do need to pull these guys up. Those units, the commander units, will give an experience bonus to anybody. All right, let me see how my support in B. All right, you guys go up. They have a lot of tanks. I'm gonna have to. I want this tank buster thing. I need a budget. I'd really love both of them. So is that going to be 360? And try to hold off on units, to be honest about it. Unfortunately, these guys have no anti-tank capability, so they're going to get absolutely stomped here. But I do have artillery to kind of mess with them a little bit. Yeah, these guys are going to get rocked. They have a lot of tanks. Alright, well. Let's put another anti-tank in. Alright, so this is going to give me 320. So I'll get 4, so I'm going to spend like 60. I do want to get those tank buster planes in. Alright. Yeah, this is the most annoying part. These guys are doing fine over here. But this is kind of where we're losing points. Plus over on this side, which I'm completely ignoring. Like I said, the AI is really good. Very challenging. Yeah, that guy got blown up. You can also speed up time if you want. Ugh, god dang guys. Yeah, these tanks are just going to keep rolling in, so I'm going to have to take these guys out. Hey, dummies. Turn and fire. Get out. Engage him. They're gonna go automatically hide in there. Alright, we're good. Here we go. Boom, boom. Okay, good. Got that guy. Take him out. Take him out. Go scout. Oh, they have some anti-tank stuff. Yeah, fall back, jerk face. Oh, they have some artillery too. Go after that area. Alright. How do I want to do this? I need to push up this area. Alright, let's do some tanks. Yeah, these guys are a little bit too expensive. Yeah, go away. Yeah, this little area right here is annoying. I do have some resupply stuff, so... Alright, falling back, that's good. I like the scout planes, too. He should probably go away. He is. I need to get some infantry over here. Where are you going? Oh, back here. This tree line is nice. And basically deploying behind it. I do need to get some more recon units up here, though. Alright. There goes the leader. You hunt. You hunt. Up to there. I really like the front line. Oh my god, these guys are... What are you doing, dude? Oh my lord. I really like the frontline mechanic. It's way better than a Wargame where you just have to stick a command unit in some arbitrary zone. This is much more preferable. Alright, I need to put some scouts around here. This is ridiculous. What are you doing? I don't know what I want to go after. This defensive line is working really good, although they're starting to run out of supplies. Need 10 more for a tank. Or for a truck. So yeah, no, yeah, there's no line of sight. Alright, let's go. Alright, who needs supplies? These guys up front do. I should do one for my artillery because they're going to need it soon too. One back there. This is why we're losing. This is ridiculous. I don't know what this guy's doing. Losing is what? The other team's going to win in 6 minutes because they're controlling so much of the map. scouts. Go up there. Alright, let's go over this way. If I was good, I would smoke this position here so they wouldn't be able to notice that I'm coming. But again, that's what a good player would do. It's artillery, this advancing infantry. Ah, like I said, smoke. There we go. Ugh, I wish these guys had off-map artillery that would just like obliterate their infantry here. I need some bombers. I can get that in a second. I want this 190 thing. I want to bomb the crap out of these people. Come on. Bomb them all. Oh, did he not even get it in? Jerk. Oh, they're so clustered right next to each other. They're pinned down though, so that's something, I guess. Well, I did my job. I'm past halfway of the map. It's this nonsense. This guy's doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. Alright, well, let's figure out what the heck's going on over here, shall we? Without spending all my points. Yeah, they got something going on over there. Let's pull the scout up. This is like deadly for infantry though. Look at that wide open area. You are a terrible... Can they see you? No, they can't. Go after that. This game's over in 2 minutes anyway, so... Yeah. So dumb. Oh, I got a flamethrower. That's good. Yeah, they're pushing real heavy here. They're trying to push here, but I got them all clustered up, so you guys are all in that tree. Oh, they're pinned down. That is interesting. Go bomb them. Oh, this guy's ready to go now, isn't he? It doesn't really matter. Minute left. I knew that was going to happen. You know, there would have been something over there for the blue to come all the way out. They probably got people all in this forest. Shoot him! Shoot! Yeah, this game's over. Enemy air contact. Too bad I don't have any, fighters. There we go. Glorious defeat. Let's see, I have the least losses. I have the least kills, but that's okay. So you get your little. This is kind of. It just shows you the kills that you have. So this is what I killed. So Panzerschreck was good. He took out a lot of stuff. That tanker was. That was good. This was not. I got totally rocked by this M5A1. Yeah, the M4A1. It took me out. So anyway, there you go. That is Steel Division. Very well done. It's very entertaining. I think it's a good expansion upon the Wargame formula. It's a lot more approachable because the gameplay itself is a lot slower paced. There's less quick deaths in this game than there is in Wargame, and because of that, I think the game is a lot more approachable. The interface is really good. The AI is really good, as you saw there. They're very good at attacking your positions and bringing mixed forces in and countering what you have present on the map. It's really well done. The two main innovations that the game brings to the table are the three-phase gameplay, which I like, where the battles slowly get more and more hectic with more units and better units coming onto the map instead of just bringing the heavy guns out first. I like this method of game a lot better, and it actually has some historical relevance too, because the units will the first to arrive are typically the light units, and then they'll scout it out, and then the heavier units come later on. I also like the front line much better than the zones. It's a great visual representation of what's happening in the battle. It gives you at a quick glance where you need to concentrate your troops. It's really really great. All of the gameplay mechanics from Wargame make a return. You have your line of sight, which is very detailed. You have your suppression, so you can fire upon troops, and then if you get close enough, you'll actually capture them when they're pinned down. Units will auto-find cover, which is very nice. They'll automatically fire on enemy units, so you don't have to do hardly any micromanagement, which is really great. The only micro you really have to do is bring supply units onto the map to give stuff more ammunition, and especially your artillery units. And like I said, the AI is very well done. Probably the low point of the game, honestly, is the campaign. 12 linear missions to split up into 3 different campaigns. Very strict time limitations. Very, they're not completely scripted, but the game will play out the same every time, because all the starting positions are the same every time you play the same mission. So the focus here really is on skirmish and online play, and both of which are very excellent. So if you have any interest in real-time strategy games, especially ones that take place in World War II, if you like Wargame, you'll like this. If you didn't like Wargame and thought it was too kind of opaque to get into, I think this is much more inviting to new players to the Wargame type series. So this is definitely a recommended title for strategy gamers. That's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.